All right, so what does it take to be an effective sexuality educator? Well, some confidence, some ease, being open, direct, looking at our attitudes, things like that. So what I'm going to do now, this is the right page, is I'm going to show you an example of people learning to be effective sexuality educators. We have to be able to maintain open relationships, communicate freely, reinforce, repeat, and sometimes we need help, and that's where someone like myself comes in. Oh, okay, sorry. This one is a parent coming in. Son's in the room, hands under the covers. So she's going to come in without knocking, and then she's going to be surprised. But what I want you to listen to, because it's 1975, is what she says and how neutral her face is. That's what I want you to watch, because those are the key pieces here. All right. Now, some of us would think, oh, for Pete's sake, I just open the door, come in, look, and I turn around and leave and close the door. What message did we just leave? We were just surviving the encounter. So we came in, and it's like, oh my goodness, we close the door and we leave. That's okay, but it's also okay to go back and say, you know, I was a little surprised, sorry I didn't lock, sorry I didn't knock. It's private. I'm glad you did it in your room. If we can't do it in the moment, it's okay. Take a breath, but go back and put that in, because otherwise we don't even know it. But we turned our back, we left, and we closed the door, and we might have left them with shame. We might have left them feeling guilty, and we didn't mean to. We were just coping, but we might have left them with a message that we didn't intend to leave them with, just by turning around and running the other way. Okay, very good. So you can see she had a neutral face. Now, she's trained, obviously. She has a neutral face. She kept a calm voice. Later on, we're going to find what that actually takes, because it's not that easy, and there are ways to get ourselves there. So I just want to talk about the levels of learning for a little bit, quickly. This helps with knowing where to start with your students, clients, or children. So the first level for everyone is discriminant learning. When and where to disrobe, where to self-pleasure, touching other people and related behavior, and the reinforcement of appropriate behaviors in appropriate places. So some of us have individuals that are doing well, they're genius, high intellect, they're in the system, but every now and then we're getting concerns about the way they're touching and relating to their peers because they don't seem to have quite the right boundaries. That's big. That's not just a little, oh, gee, I don't know if they have the right boundaries. It's time to investigate. Because the behavior at 16 might not be an issue, and at 25, it's jail. So we're raising adults, not children. So there are times when we need to look at the adult in them and think, if they did this in the workplace, would it be an issue? And if the answer is yes, it must be addressed. Because it's harder to do it later. Okay? So this lady, as this starts, Lucinda, she, great. I was going to tell you a little bit about her, but she's going to talk about her daughter, who's a teenager, but 3 years old socially, emotionally, and she thought she had it covered, and she discovers, being in a public place, that it wasn't as well covered as she thought. So I think that's what she's going to talk about now. Interesting.